What if the final siege of a madman's fortress unleashed the most savage urban hell in human history? Picture a city turned into a labyrinth of death, where millions clashed in rubble-choked streets amid unrelenting firestorms. But how did this apocalyptic climax begin? And could the dying Reich hold back the red tide? It erupted on April 16, 1945, the Berlin Offensive. This was a colossal Soviet onslaught, a tidal wave of 2.5 million troops, over 6,000 tanks, and more than 40,000 artillery pieces, all aimed squarely at Hitler's lair. But why this do-or-die assault? The mission was clear: capture Berlin, end the war in Europe, and deliver justice for years of unimaginable atrocities. Marshals Zhukov and Konev, locked in a fierce rivalry, raced to encircle the city. Their competition fueled a blitz that threatened to overwhelm German defenses from the very start. As dawn broke over the Silo Heights, a barrage of biblical proportions shattered the silence. A storm of fire and steel meant to obliterate everything in its path. But what if the defenders, using flooded trenches and hidden minefields, turned the Soviet advance into a gruesome slaughter? 4 days, the Heights became a meat grinder. The battle raged with incredible ferocity, costing tens of thousands of lives in a desperate struggle that defied all notions of human endurance. Yet, the sheer weight of the Soviet attack was unstoppable. The Heights eventually fell, and the road to Berlin was pried open. By April 20th, Hitler's birthday, Berlin was completely encircled in a ring of steel and flame. There was no escape. Soviet forces stormed the city's suburbs, transforming once peaceful avenues into deadly kill zones. Every window, every doorway, every pile of rubble could hide a sniper or a Panzer Force team, ready to reap a horrific toll on the advancing troops. The fighting was street by street, house by house, room by room. Meanwhile, deep beneath the burning city in his bunker, Hitler clung to fantasies of phantom relief armies that would miraculously appear and save him. The so-called master race was now reduced to teenagers and old men armed with outdated rifles, a tragic farce playing out in the flames. Could his delusional orders summon ghosts to fight for a lost cause? What happens when an army storms the very heart of its enemy's empire? On April 30th, amid the house-to-house infernos, the assault on the Reichstag reached its peak. It was a vortex of lead, shrapnel, and grenades. In a moment that would define the end of the war in Europe, Soviet soldiers fought their way to the roof and raised the red banner over the smoldering ruins. Hitler's suicide that same day finally broke the spell of his tyrannical rule. What was left of the Berlin garrison surrendered on May 2nd. The city lay in ruins, with over 100,000 civilians dead, caught in the brutal crossfire. The Berlin Offensive was a brutal, bloody coda to the Second World War's most savage theater of operations. So what shadows still linger from this empire's final, violent twilight? We see the staggering human cost of tyranny's fall and witness the dawn of a new, uncertain era. Berlin 1945, the place where history's darkest chapter finally closed in thunder and fire. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more epic moments from history, be sure to subscribe.